Welcome to another episode of St. Vincent Untold Stories. On this episode, we have some untold stories told to us by evacuees that the public should know about. And we also look at St. Vincent 25 years ago compared to now. Big ups to all of my subscribers. And if you are new to the channel, hit the like button, the subscribe button, and hit the bell icon, cause you are going to want to see this video and many more like this one. We received a very important call from residents of the Orange Hill community yesterday. I remember they said that the evacuees must come back to their houses for when they are doing the assessments. Well, the evacuees said that they went back and had seen cleaning process being done. They noticed that things wasn't being done as they said. Only some person's yard were being cleaned up. So they decided to ask the men to clear off some of the tap ash from their yard because they saw that they were doing the neighbor's own and others and so forth. But the man them said, and also it going, you have to ask a sorting a big man. That is just one of the problems that they had. Now they are staying in the Brighton shelter, and it's been like approximately 3 months now. And they have asked over and over again that Nemo provide them with some mattress because one of the lady has two sick children, and up to this day no mattress have not been provided. They are seeing stuff after stuff coming for certain individuals from Nemo, but their stuff are limited. The allegations are that the security guard had to cook one day last weekend because the persons that does the cooking in the shelters had to go away. It is like they had to go back to their house to do the assessment. So many catering services around St. Vincent couldn't they have found a replacement? Another allegation being made is that there are buckets upon buckets of food coming to the Brighton shelter, and they are being stored up by the shelter manager. The snacks and the juice given to the kids are also limited. Then we see trucks upon trucks going out with goods. Where are those goods going? Why aren't those persons given the things that are sent to them? Why are they holding them up? And the persons are saying that when they speak out, they are moved to different shelters. So it's like you can't talk for your right. If you see something wrong, you must not say anything about it. Because in the shelters, all of you are youths. Nobody's adult in the shelter, so nobody can speak. The Vincent Jean people have taken to the streets, demanding better. The not untold stories tell you that eventually the people will get fed up and come forward. You see what I was saying, that it would be the same over and over again. They would tell you a lot of lies and tell you, come back to Sandy Bay, come back to here, come back to there, and when you go back, only their supporters are getting. Just imagine, some of you are still in shelters, and look at the way they are dealing with you guys. They are already creating separation, giving to some and not giving to some. So you're going to go back into that? The amount of persons that have reached out to untold stories, telling us untold stories. You made us see things that we did not know was going on in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. You shed light on many issues, and we lived abroad for so long and never know those things were going on. The reason why you did not know it is because most of the broadcasting companies and so forth were hiding the truth. So you remember when I uploaded that short clip yesterday, you know what they did? They tried to block it reporting after report. But that won't stop the truth from getting out, because right now the world is watching. We said that we was going to make a comparison from 25 years before compared to now. But persons are asking what has changed. The increase in prices, infrastructure, or any jobs created on a large scale. We know that they have the education revolution. But after you finish school, what next? You have to go abroad. Right now, all the youths are talking about is just the army and the navy. And we are not saying that it is not a good job, because it is better than to be home sitting down. But the truth of the matter is, some didn't want to go in those things, but it's because there is no employment in St. Vincent and the Grenadines. And when you try something, if you don't uphold those party cards, you are blocked. And that is what people don't understand. They try to block you. 25 years ago compared to now, we saw a lot of improvement. And it is just life, everything must go on. But there wasn't enough done. When you speak about things like putting on more money on the poor relief, say that you put on tax as well. Say that you increased prices. For those of you who aren't aware, gas price gone up again in St. Vincent. And plus, we owe a whole heap of people. How we going to pay back? As I told you before in a previous episode, we should have already replaced the banana with another main crop. And I will continue to repeat this. Cocoa cannot replace bananas. Cocoa takes too long to bear. The plantain is a much faster crop than the cocoa. My brethren and our sisters, they need to show us the plans. What are the plans? How do we get out of extreme poverty? How do we create employment for the unemployed? What do we do? They would boast and say, yes, sandals is here. But as I told you before, that is not enough employment. And I want to big up sandals same way still. But most of the time, some of these tourists come here. They normally stay in the resorts and the hotel and don't come out to buy anything at all. So even the vendors are feeling the pressure. You know what a good idea would be? You see, when the tourists book their reservations to stay at the resorts, they can take things from the vendors, a part of the package. So let us say that a tourist books a package to St. Vincent for 3 weeks. Within that package, they must have to buy some of our products. So let's say a tourist books a flight. They get a bracelet and they probably would get a hat or a t-shirt, a part of the package. Those hats and those t-shirts would come from the local vendors. So sandals would buy them from the vendors, and in exchange they would sell them over to the tourists, a part of the package. We have seen it time and time again that the vendors are complaining that when the tourists come to St. Vincent, they aren't buying anything. They just leave the ships or leave the resorts and come to sightsee. Remember that we have public servants to pay. So if the money isn't turning over, how can they get paid? In all honesty, 25 years ago cannot be compared with today, because right now we have an increase in technology. Government cannot provide jobs for everyone, and that is a fact. But then again, if they are blocking certain things, it means then they have to accept responsibility. Because it have youths willing to try, but are being held back. Great men like Otto Sam, they were held back. We saw it with our own two eyes. What I think that St. Vincent needs to do is to bring in a man like Warren Buffett to teach the youths about investment, to show them certain things that they don't know is going on around the world. Why are things piled up still in the warehouse at Nemo? Can somebody tell me why? You don't have a heart? You don't know people are in need? I am asking my Vincentian people to have compassion. With that being said, we just want to big up the entire population in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, the regional islands and the international countries who are supporting and praying for us during these difficult times. You see what untold stories have been saying is true. Look, the people are now coming out to the streets. That is showing you some persons aren't getting anything at all.